How you doing, guys? This is being done near 6 in the morning on a Wednesday. Now, you see the picture, you see the title. I don't know what the title will be, but I have my thoughts on this. Yeah, it's taken me a while to do it because generally I don't watch the Oscars, and I'm trying to be quiet because I don't want to wake up my neighbors if they're still sleeping. I have seen the last time I saw the Oscars in its entirety was in the 80s when I was maybe between 15 and 18 years old because my mother liked it. That's the only reason I saw it. Since then, I don't pay no attention to the Oscars. I never did. But I heard what happened that there was an incident at the Oscars. And yesterday afternoon, no, near yesterday morning to afternoon, I saw what was being talked about Will Smith hitting Chris Rock. And it took me some time to look at what other people were thinking about and reacting to it. And I saw what the reactions were from black people. And I'm going, really? Really? What the fuck is wrong with you people? I'm going to make this very clear. There are two things I want to say. First one about if it's fake or not. Then I'm going to say my feelings if it's real and how stupid it was. And anyone who agrees to this, you're wrong. First, if this is fake, let's say that Chris Rock set this up with Will Smith, or better yet, that the Academy Awards, who hands out the Oscars, believed that they needed to drum up some interest because every year between 45 to 75% of the audience has been going away due to the fact of whatever you believe, either because no one really cares about it or politics or idealism. It makes no difference. None. They've been losing between 45 to 75% of their audience for the last near 10 years. People have not been interested in them. This year was no different until this incident. Now everyone is talking about it, wondering will it happen again next year, something. But the point is, if Will Smith signed off on this, if Chris Rock signed off on this just to get themselves some interest, that was the most stupidest thing. It's going to look bad for them when it comes out because it'll be stupid. If the Academy Awards signed off on this and convinced Chris and Will to do it, that makes them even worse because it shows how bad society in Hollywood is, because we know Hollywood has been having major problems since 2015 and Weinstein. I mean, it's more late than that, somewhere around there. But Weinstein caused a huge mess. It's been there for over 100 years. We know that Hollywood has been bad. But Weinstein really brought it out very badly, and everything went haywire after that. And this is stemming from it. Usually you don't hear a lot about it unless it's a disgruntled actor or actress who decides to go away from movies and work on TV or work in the theater. That's the truth. That is the total truth. Actors or actresses who worked in movies, they get so disgruntled, they go to TV because doing TV acting is different. It's not the same type of animal. There's a different type of society. They're not saying it's better. I'm just saying it's different. Or they go into the theater and they never go back. That's the truth. Not just because they may be washed up. It's because they can't stand the culture of it. But honestly, this shows how bad Hollywood is, flat out. Now, let's say this is true. Let's say Will Smith gets supposedly offended, goes up on the stage and smacks the living taste out of the mouth of a Chris Rock who took it very well. I give this to Chris. No matter if you do not like the joke or not, he is a comedian who's on a show. The Academy Awards for any comedian. You must understand, they are there to roast the people there. It makes no difference if it's nice or not. It makes no difference if they say something really nasty. They are there to roast the people there. That is their job. It has been going on for more than 70 years, guys. Don't try to glaze over it. Chris Rock did his job. He roasted someone. Now, did he know about the condition that Jada Pinkett Smith had? Yes or no, it doesn't matter. It's a joke. He or anyone else in that position has to take it. Flat out, that is your job as a nominee. Remember, nominees, they're chosen by the Academy, not just there. They have to be asked. Remember, the Academy Awards, they ask you, you have been nominated. Do you want to participate in the Academy Awards? Listen to my words. If anyone says I'm wrong, you're stupid. The Academy Awards are no different than the global awards or any other award ceremony. When they take your name and they start choosing, they ask you, do you want to participate in it? Listen to my words. You're not just given an award and say you must come in. They must ask you, do you want to participate? So you are openly deciding to go to a place, an award ceremony where you can possibly win something, and you know full well, and this is about any general award that's done for movies as well as for music, they roast you there. You know you're going to get something from either the people outside who watches you or the people inside, counting your peers, or a comedian. Because you know there are other people who go to these awards who say shit against you or say shit for you. So if you say that he had no right to say what he said, makes no difference. He's supposed to roast him and maybe do something that comes close to insulting. Sometimes they go overboard, but they have ways of curing that at the end of the awards or during a commercial. Hey, dude, you went too far. He could have even said openly, without cursing, hey, that's going too far. My wife got a problem. Anyone saying that Jada Pinkett Smith, what is it, Almopedia or something? I can't remember the name of it. When you get baldness, a woman gets baldness, please. This was not necessary. And if anybody says you don't understand what it means to be bald for a woman, look at me. I'm 51 years old. My hair started falling out the minute, really badly, the minute I get very badly stressed out. I've been like this since I got out of work in 2012. I've been losing chunks of hair. Maybe I got it, but it doesn't really matter if I got it or not. I'm not going to lash out at somebody. When it comes to Will Smith, and we know, and let's make this clear. I have depression with anxiety. I've said it openly. It's one of the reasons why I came on this channel. The reason I started this channel, I had the account. I'm going to give you a little backstory. In 2007, October, I heard about YouTube. I had barely any internet, but I had enough of an internet to actually apply for a YouTube account through Google. I got it for years. I didn't use it until 2012 when I found out I had hypertension due to stress. And ever since then, one of the reasons I've been on this channel is to deal with my depression and anxiety by doing something positive, by talking to people, trying to entertain people, and trying to enjoy myself while doing it. That's the way I am. People who've seen me for years knows this. So her having an attitude by getting joked on and no one understands it. If you say I don't understand it, I am going bald. And if you say because I'm a man I don't understand, men are no different than women. Who wants to go bald at either 20 or 51? And I'll be 51 this year. Who wants to go bald? It doesn't make a difference if you're a man or a woman. The same thing. You both feel the same way. You feel embarrassed. You feel ashamed. You feel scared. You feel hurt. It don't make a difference. We both feel the same thing, both sexes. Flat out. Now, Will Smith, how he acted. Not only, and I say this openly, with no fear, because I've had time to learn how to generally deal with it. Not only have I been with depression and anxiety, probably got depression most of my life because of my mother, and anxiety since then as well, I was abused as a child. Pretty badly abused as well. I'm not going to say what it was, but I have been abused. But do I take this out on people? No. I don't try to harm anyone. I'd rather hurt myself than hurt anybody. But the point is, I don't try and project it on somebody. What Will did, and let's make this very clear. We know how Jada Pinkett Smith has control over Will Smith. We know what she's done. That this damn woman decided that she's not happy with her marriage. That she told her man, I'm doing an open relationship. Fuck you, deal with it, or leave me. and she cheated on the man. And not only cheated on the man, she started a show, what was it called? The Red Table, and forced him to start talking on this show where he felt uncomfortable, totally uncomfortable about it, where he wasn't even the one who cheated. She did. And she's forcing him to try and express his feelings about it. And if anybody says, well, they need therapy and he can't, maybe he doesn't express himself well, I've gone through that myself. As I said, I've had child abuse. I was married. I'm not telling you I was a perfect husband. I was not. It's hard for me. But you know what? At least I'm not being forced to do something like that. And in actuality, when I was married, my ex-wife was very erratic. She almost got me fired multiple times from my job because she wanted to act a certain way, similar to Jada Pinkett Smith. Now, I want to make this clear about my own ex-wife. I don't hate the woman. I was angry at one time. Who wouldn't be? I married her and I had to divorce her myself. I didn't want to divorce her. I did love her. But I had to divorce her because she didn't want to be with me. But that does not condone the relationship they have. That does not condone what Jada Pinkett Smith had put Will Smith through. Cheating on a man and then not happy enough, trying to start a show and then forcing him to do it. Now, that's not right. What he gone through, what he went through as a child, not too much similar to my own life. There are some differences, but he's been abused. The things that happened with his own mother and his own father. So I understand that. But still, understand this. This man, who is in the public eye, just like her, their relationship has been made public, open. If they didn't want it to be public and open, the only thing they had to do was not say anything. Will Smith, do not do any more movies, no more appearances, no more signings, going to no place. They stay away from the crowds of people. Yes, the paparazzi will always be there, but they don't do anything public anymore. Nothing. Jada Pinkett Smith doesn't say anything on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, nothing. Will Smith, the same thing. He tells his daughter and his son, hey, don't talk about us. We don't want to talk about anything public anymore. That would have been the end of it. But they made the conscious choice to be public because not only do they like being actors, or in her case, an actress whenever she does get a role, they're like that scratch. So they consciously chose the life they've led. Jada Pinkett Smith chose easily to make the life she has right now. She chose to cheat on a man and basically made it very clear, I'm going to do whatever I want. If you don't want me, leave. She made it clear to him. And he chose to stay. He chose to be devoted to her. And he chose to keep being an actor. And now, after he did his role, we had a chance to get an Oscar for the very first time, seeing that his wife gets offended by a simple joke that is expected. I quivered in my lip because it makes me angry. Understand. See this for what it is. Both of them went to that Oscar Awards knowing full well there was a good chance they're going to be roasted. Every actor and actress that goes there knows full well they're going to be roasted. One of them could at any time. There's nothing against it. There's no way you can deny it. It doesn't make a difference if Chris Rock said something over the line. They know that they are going to get something there. They chose to go there, and you cannot tell me that is not fair. He needs to defend his wife. No, he didn't need to defend his wife, and his wife should never been having an attitude because you can watch the footage that her eyes roll like that, like a stupid old black woman. Acting like, oh, I don't like what this man's doing. Fuck that motherfucker. And her husband was given the look, and you know black women, if you're not black women gives the look to a man, there's very few things they do. Either they ignore their woman, and then they get it when they get home, or they do exactly what their woman does, and they act out. Jada Pinkett Smith, acted, you better do something. You better do something. And he goes up on there, smacks another man in the face, goes back, curses at him. And then, worse yet, which makes this even worse, for comedians and the Academy Awards, that they allowed him to still get the Oscar. And the crowd cheered for him when he was talking, and he never once, and because he said clearly, you have to love, that the devil can come to you. Bullshit. You chose to do that. That wasn't about the devil. That was your choice. In a religious sense, the devil can't do a damn thing to you, and Christianity and God can't do anything to you until you choose it. Any action you take is a choice on you. It is not a choice by the devil. You don't go because the devil made you do it. You make the choice that is put in front of you to act evil or act good or to act out. You choose to act. That is the reason why, in a religious sense, I'm Native American now. I believe in the Native American culture of understanding that you make the choice. And in Christianity, you were told a long time ago what the real choice is. In Genesis, if you look in your damn Bible, you were told not to eat the apple. Adam and Eve wasn't about Satan telling them you should eat the apple. They chose to eat the apples. Eve chose to eat the apple first. Adam did second. It is a choice. It's not the point that the devil made him do it. That's bullshit. He chose it. So here is the precedence that I'm explaining to you. First, by Will Smith doing something like this on the Oscars, at the Oscars, easily shows that the Oscars are nothing but garbage. That when it comes to Hollywood, it's nothing but garbage. Because he should have been escorted out of the building. Or better yet, if he wasn't going to be escorted, he should never have gotten the Academy Award. And worse yet, all of those people in that place made him cheered what he did to Chris Rock, where he did not apologize to him, not when he accepted the award crying like a bitch, and when he made his comment on Instagram, his text comment, it never once said to Chris Rock, I want to apologize for my actions. He just said, I made a mistake. I do not condone violence. But he did it and he never apologized flat out. And if you say he did to Chris Rock, show me where that he said to Chris Rock, I wish to openly apologize. Now, he could later. Of course he can. But this is bullshit. And if anyone believes that he deserves kindness, is wrong. It's not the point that he's been abused by a father and mother. I understand it. I've had it. It's not the point that he has been in an abusive relationship and is in an abusive relationship with his wife. I've been there too. Me and my wife just didn't work. And it was abusive on both sides. Luckily, I was never violent. Thank goodness I never tried to hit her or anything. And you don't want to believe me? Don't. I'm telling you the truth. I didn't need to. Luckily for me. But the point is, I've been down most of his road. But I understood the choices I made. And he's ignoring them, trying to play it off. They showed footage of him dancing and singing, let's get jiggy with it, after his actions. Not to go up to Chris Rock and say, dude, I'm sorry. That joke was wrong. Look, I know the joke is wrong. I just acted out. He should have went to him and been a man and apologized to Chris Rock. No, he hasn't gone to him yet. And Chris Rock, to his credit, as a true man, because Chris is a true man, not only did he take that hit and not try to whack him back, he tried to be professional and kept doing his job. And he decided not to press charges. That is a real man. Not just because he didn't press charges, but because you don't need to act when another person acts. A person who acts like that is the fool. You're the fool when you act back. If your life is threatened, that's something different. If he was trying to kill him or badly hurt him, he had perfect right to break his face. But he wasn't. He took that hit like a man and showed what real respect is for the job you're doing. And to be a real man, Will Smith is not a real man. Will Smith is a bitch. And he's now set a precedent. One, it shows how bad, and by his actions, shows how bad Hollywood is. And a lot of people are not fond of Hollywood right now because they're not producing the movies they like. They're producing movies by their own ideology. Whether you agree with it or not, that's what they're producing. And them not getting huge amounts of money is proof of it. It's not about if you believe they're conservative or if they're libertarian or they're progressive or as they call them woke or not, or right wing or left wing. If your money's not coming in, and that was even before the pandemic, the people don't want to see it. So it shows Hollywood has a major issue. But here's the second precedent, and it's worse for Chris Rock and everyone else. What they did, now if this is still staged, they fucked up bad because this will still hurt Chris Rock and it would have hurt the Academy. But this really hurts comedians. Who wants to be a comedian now? Who wants to be a comedian knowing full well that now a public figure in a Will Smith is willing to go up on the Academy Awards, the Oscars, not the Academy, the Oscars, and strike someone who he doesn't like, the guy who makes the joke? It's not the point that he insulted his wife. Fuck that. It's not the point. He knew what he was getting into, like I said. He went there knowing full well he could be roasted. Now by his actions, any comedian, anywhere, people are very impressionable. Not just talking about children. I'm talking about full-grown freaking adults, no matter if they're white, black, or Spanish, or Asian, or any race. Now, there's always been some problems for comedians where there have been people who don't like them. They'll throw fruit. They used to throw vegetables and fruit at them. They would throw beer at them in some places and bars. They would boo the hell out of them or curse at them. Now, there's a very strong chance that people will now go up on stages and physically harm a comedian if they make a joke they don't like. You do not know what Will Smith has done. That now, because he's a public figure, people will say, well, Will can do it, I can do it. And there will be people that's going to get hurt. You're going to hear this. I am warning you. Think of me as Nostradamus. I am warning you. You're going to hear sooner or later, someone is going to be doing stand-up comedy somewhere, possibly in not a very popular place, maybe a bar, maybe a theater, or wherever. Does it? Someone doesn't like, they're going to go up onto the stage, and they're going to go and rush the person, and going to hurt them. And it will begin where people being able to say what is going on in culture will be literally silenced with violence. It's going to happen. When that happens, this country is dead. Because the moment that an ordinary comedian cannot do their job, which takes literally pain and hardship and current events, and try to turn it into something positive to make you laugh and say, oh, that's how it's going. But you know what? You can find something good from it. Something that can make you laugh. If they can't even do their business, then this place is done. Free speech is bullshit. Because the only thing you have to do is just say no, punch somebody, and they'll say, okay, I'll stay silent. And if you agree with that, then that's what you want. You want this place to be silenced. You want a comedian to be silent. To shut his mouth so you will have the right to say whatever you want and silence those who have a different opinion. Whether it's progressive, whether it's conservative, whether it's libertarian or liberal, whether it's Republican or whatever. It doesn't make a difference. By you hurting them, my mouth quivered again because I can't. This is what you get. You're willing to let people get hurt over it. And that's sad. And that's all I'm going to say. I know I should put up a video I know I didn't do a Gump report. You could say this is a Gump report, but I'm not going to put my intro on it. Peace.